Hey, we're live. Hey guys, welcome again to the Empty Stands podcast. My name is Rod, your host as usual. And today I'm all alone. Yeah, because Nkem is nowhere to be found, but not to worry. I think he had such a disastrous game week 6 that he decided to bail. No, I'm kidding. Nkem is all right, but yeah, I'll be going solo today. So buckle up and I'm sure we'll have a good time. So let's get into it. Yeah, so taking us through our game week 6 teams. I'll start with mine. I had 69 points. It was a no, it wasn't a good game week. Yeah, so as I discussed on the pod last time around, I sold Palmer. Yeah, I sold Cole Palmer for Mbeumo, and that was a disaster, really, because I mean we all saw Palmer do Palmer things and score 25 points. Luckily for me, Mbeumo didn't blank, so I mean it's not as bad as it could have been worse, but yeah, it wasn't so bad because the two people I brought in, so I sold Palmer and I think João Pedro for Mbeumo and Havertz, and both of them returned, so that's great. I can't complain too much. So I'll just take us through my team. 69 points in goal. I had Sanchez. Yeah, he finally stopped giving me double digits. Yeah, and the real Sanchez, the real one I know, the real Sanchez I know showed up with 2 points. Rico Lewis, I don't know why I started him, but he got 2 points as well. Gabriel, I don't think anyone saw Leicester scoring 2 goals against Arsenal. Gabriel, 1 point. Trent, disappointing again, 1 point. Morgan Rogers continues to impress with 7 points. I captain Salah, 20 points. Mbeumo, like I mentioned earlier, 9 points. Saka, really disappointing with 3 points. Semenyo, who I felt should have had more, 7 points. Havertz, who I brought in, 6 points. Watkins with 11 points. My bench, I had Flecken with 2 points. Robinson, who I really shouldn't have benched, with 7 points. Vardy, 1 point, and Nedeljkovic, 0 points. So I'm now, I got a massive green arrow, funny enough. So now I'm on 830K. Looking good, looking good. Can't complain. I mean, the fact that I'm doing this without Haaland is mind blowing. Just goes to show that, I mean, play your own game. I know we think Haaland is inevitable, but I feel like in general, your team looks a lot better without Haaland in it. And days when he blanks, that's when you really. I mean, I feel like he's just been carrying a lot of teams. I mean, with hat tricks every game week, and yeah, everyone's scoring high. That's why we saw the game week average points this game week of 50 because he finally blanked. So, and those of us without Haaland, did pretty well. Like I'm guessing, Salah could have had more, but I mean, at least he didn't blank. So, I'll take it. Moving on to Nkem's team. I can't believe this boy took a hit. He took a hit and he scored 32 points. So I'll go through his team for our podcast listeners. Flecken in goal with 2 points, Trent with 1 point, Mazraoui with, I think that's 0 points. Yeah, of course. Mazraoui with 0. Konsa, or is that 6? I think it's, no, it's 0. Konsa with 1 point, Gabriel with 1 point. I mean, his defense is Gabriel with 1 point, Eze with 2 points. I don't know why he still has Eze. Luis Diaz, who he brought in with 2 points, and Mbeumo 9 points, Saka 3 points, Rogers 7 points. He captained Haaland for the blank, 4 points. His bench is as good as nothing. Fabianski 0 points, Graves 0, João Pedro injured, Chiwome 0. Yeah, so 32 points, which saw his rank drop to 4 million. it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good for Cam, but yeah, I hope he turns it around. We'll check later on the pod. We'll see what his boss team for Game Week 7 is. Yeah, let's see how that goes. So on the Game Week 6 review, I mean, the whole town is buzzing about Cole Palmer. It's Cole Palmer's world, Cold Palmer's world, and we're all just living in it, I guess. 25 points, and yeah, it could have been more because he missed a 1v1, a big chance, like 2 or 3 big chances. He hit the bar. All his assets that Jackson missed, the chances Jackson missed, they were his assists. It could have been more. So I feel like we're lucky to just get away with 25 points. And kudos to those who got Palmer. But incredible, about 279K managers, including myself, sold him in Game Week 6. I mean, it just goes to show that it's a game of, the variance is just incredible. It could make or mar your game week, but yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, the streaks are over. Both Haaland and Saka, their runs of providing attacking returns every game week has finally come to an end. We saw both of them blank in Game Week 6. I don't think anyone saw that coming, but yeah, it's what it is. They are not robots. Well, Haaland is a robot, but I mean, every now and then he blanks. So yeah. I think Spurs are back on the menu. We saw them create the highest XG of 5.33. And they did this away from home against United, who are just shit, like utter shit. If you have any United assets, just sell already. Just sell. I mean, so I'm recording this on a Thursday evening, and we just saw Bruno get another red card, back-to-back red cards. It's not looking good for United, so just sell all your United assets if you have any. Watkins, I feel like he's been my I won't call him a differential, but he's been almost instead of Haaland in my team, and he's come up with 4 goals in his last 3 game weeks. He's outscored Haaland in the last 3 game weeks as well. So I feel like he's quietly doing his thing, and I'm glad I really went for him when most people didn't. When everyone jumped on the Haaland train, I went with Watkins, and he's paid it off really well. But not to say that I'm not looking to ship him off and get Haaland back, but let's see how it goes. But I think that Watkins is definitely like the second best forward pick or attack pick, right? Interesting story from James Justin. We saw him score a beautiful goal against Arsenal, but funny enough, he plays FPL and he's actually a good player. I think he's like I think he got like a 10K rank finish last season. So he's actually a good FPL manager. He benched himself last game week, Game Week 6, in his own FPL team. Shows the confidence he has in his Leicester team or the Leicester defense in general. So I think Leicester are an avoid. I don't think I currently have Vardy. That was a mistake. I hope to rectify it soon. But yeah, I don't think anyone should go with Leicester assets. Maybe not even on Mavi Didi now. On Didi, funny enough, Didi keeps getting assists, but I feel like there are better assets out there. So Leicester is an avoid as well. They're also a team to target. Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned United earlier. Bruno Fernandes, we saw him get a red card in the game against Spurs, but following his club's appeal, that red card has been rescinded, so he'll be available for the next 3 games. Not like he's going to do anything, but yeah. So the red card has been rescinded, and Bruno will be available for Game Week 6 following United's successful appeal against the wrong red card. So moving on to the transfers of the week, we've seen a couple of knee-jerky transfers. It seems like everyone's rushing onto Palmer. I feel different because I feel like you're chasing points at this. I don't think now is the best time to get Palmer. I mean, I could come back next game week and he's got another No, I don't think he's scoring 4 goals against Nottingham Forest, but yeah, I think you're chasing points if you're jumping on the Palmer bandwagon. I feel like you've missed the train, but we'll talk about that later on the show. Palmer is the most transferred in player this game week. We got over 660k managers who've gotten him in. Next is Mbuemo, Nico Jackson, McNeil, and Gabriel. And then for the most transfers out, João Pedro, who's still injured, 440k managers have transferred him out. Isak, 330k. Eze, definitely, yeah, that's a definite sell. That's one I agree with, 280k. Salah, that's shocking. I feel like a lot of people are doing Salah to Palmer, and I'm like, why? Yeah, well, we'll talk about that. So 210k managers have sold Salah, and then Smith Rowe makes the top 5 transfers out with 170k managers transferring him out. I don't know why, but yeah. Chelsea. I mean, I'm a Chelsea fan. What's not to like about this? They seem to be so hot, in hot form, red hot form this season, scoring 4 goals against Brighton. But I mean, Brighton were just that ridiculous highline. It was just insane. You don't play that way against Chelsea. I mean, it could have been worse for Brighton. So, but we've seen a trend. I think Madueke was like the player of the week in game week 2 or 3. Yeah. So that's like 4 Chelsea players being the player of the week in 6 game weeks. That's interesting. And like this slide shows, you've seen Robert Sanchez in game week 4, Nicholas Jackson in game week 5, Palmer in game week 6. Will it be another Chelsea player in game week 7? Who knows? Well, long may it continue, I guess. Yeah. I don't see it happening, but it's been a really good run for Chelsea, especially in the month of September. Yeah, for our transfer options this game week, so we have Solanke, Semenyo, Watkins, Jackson, and Havertz. I particularly like the Solanke shout. I'm very big on Spurs moving forward because I feel like they're a team that love to attack. Ange is Ange. Even when they're 9 men down, he'll still want to attack. So Solanke at that price point, I feel like he's a shoe in. I feel like everyone should be jumping on him with their fixtures. They have like really good set of fixtures coming up. Brighton, I mean, I don't think Brighton will be foolish to play that high line again. But if they do, yeah, I can assure you the Spurs assets will do really well in that game. So that's one to watch out for. Next is they play West Ham next and then Crystal Palace. But an asset I've got on my watch list is Brennan Johnson. I feel like he's my preferred Spurs attacker because, I mean, I currently have Havertz, so I don't see room for Solanke. But if I was to go get a Spurs player or Spurs asset, I'll definitely go for Brennan Johnson. I love his value. Compared to Son, I feel like he offers more value. He's 3rd in the league for shots, on target for shots. He's also top for shots in the box. He's the top midfielder under 7.5 for XG. He's also top for XG. He's got 2 goals and 1 assist in the last, since he became a regular for Spurs this season, because he didn't start the season so well, but I think he's found his mojo with an XG of 2, 16 shots in the box, 5 of them on target. I just feel like he's very direct. Like all the balls from the left from Son or whoever plays there, it always goes to, I mean, we saw the Van der Ven assist last game. We just ran through the United midfield, and there was Brennan Johnson to just tap it in. So I'm really, I really like the looks of Brennan Johnson. So yeah, when I wildcarded and got Semenyo, it was for these fixtures, but I mean, against Southampton, I expected him to do more, but he just got one goal. I think he'll continue the same against Leicester. Leicester are definitely a team to target, so I think Semenyo will do very well in this game. But I feel like the run just ends there because he faces Arsenal next and Villa away. Those are not good fixtures, but I mean, he's a good asset to rotate with whoever your third striker is. I can't sing the praise of Watkins enough. He's been brilliant for me. So I mean, and coming up against this United defense, I have a shout for him for captaincy against United because we just saw United concede 3 goals against Porto in the UEFA League. So yeah, I really like the looks of Watkins this game week. His fixtures are still great moving forward, but it's just the price point. I mean, 9.1, but he's been delivering, so I really can't complain. So yeah, I really like the looks of Watkins. We all know my sentiments about Jackson. No. Yeah, Jackson is so frustrating, man. So nah. It's so frustrating. But I mean, if you want to jump on the Chelsea, looks like they're full of goals this season. He's well rested. He didn't play in the Conference League, so he and Sancho and Palmer should be, well set and prepared for Nottingham Forest. But I don't think that's an easy fixture in any way. Forest are fifth; they're the 5th best defense in the league in terms of both expected goals conceded and clean sheets. So I don't see that as an easy game for the Chelsea guys. We'll get to that, why I feel that way about Palmer. Havertz, again, I decided to triple up on Arsenal because of this fixture run. Leicester was disappointing, but I mean, they still managed to win 4-2, and he still scored a goal. So I expect him to continue that form. He hasn't, I think he's scored in every home game this season, so he's a good shout against Southampton. Southampton are like the worst team in the league. Havertz is definitely a good shout here. And then again, they play Bournemouth and Liverpool, but I think the fixture run is great for Arsenal. So he's the striker. I don't think Jesus is in the reckoning. So I really like the looks of this game. It could be a massive haul for Havertz this game week. So look out for that. Yeah, much ado about Palmer. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of people are selling Salah for Palmer. I really don't. I don't understand that. I don't understand that move. Here are my thoughts on Palmer. Right, he's the hottest topic in town. I mean, after you score 4 goals in the first half of a game, who wouldn't be, right? Yeah, but he's also the second highest scorer in FPL this season after Haaland, right? And he was the top scorer last season. So there's a case to make. Can we say Palmer is essential now? And I think yes, he is. At that price point, I think he is. But I don't get why people are moving mountains or selling Salah or Saka to accommodate Palmer at this stage. Because the crazy part we can see from the slide that his total points are 61 points, right? Better than Saka or better than Salah. But the crazy part is that 8 out of his 10 attacking returns this season, right, have come against 2 teams. Brighton and Wolves. Brighton, Chelsea scored 6. Wolves, Chelsea scored 6. Brighton, Chelsea scored 4. 8 out of his 10, he's gotten 10 attacking returns this season, and 8 out of them came in just those 2 games. So he's a very, will I call it a streaky player? He's not as consistent as a Saka, who scores like 6 points every game week, right? Palmer blanks in pretty much almost every other game. But then he just goes wild in one game and catches up and blows everyone out of the water, right? 17 points the last time, 25 this time. So you hopping on and off, I don't think that's the play here. I feel like if you want to go with Palmer, go with him and just stick with him all through the season. But of course, at this price point, you have to make some sacrifices, right? But let's look at the next 5 fixtures for Chelsea. Like I mentioned, game week 7 is against Forest. Forest are the top 5 in the league for expected goals considered. In game week 8, with Chelsea play Liverpool, they have the least goals considered in the league. Game week 9 is against Newcastle. We saw how frustrated Haaland and the City team looked against Newcastle in game week 6. In game week 10, should I even mention that? That's against United. We can ignore that. That's probably a hat trick. And then in game week 11, we can see is against Arsenal. They have the second best defense in the league. I'm sorry to say, but I don't think now is the time to invest in Palmer. I feel like you're chasing points. If you're going for him now, the time to get him was before game week 6, apparently. But going for him just seems way too knee-jerky now. I don't think that's your best play. I would advise to hold and probably get him in game week 12 when Chelsea's fixtures take a turn for the better. But I don't think with the next 5 fixtures, I don't think they're good for Chelsea. And he might score every now and then, but I think there are better assets. Yeah. So if you're selling, I see a lot of people selling Salah for, I don't know why you're selling Salah when he plays Crystal Palace compared to Palmer against Forest. Like, doesn't make any sense to me. But so if you don't have Palmer, I would say chill till maybe a game week 12, then get him in. But if just play your own game. Yeah, if you want to go for him now, that's okay. You can, but hopping on and off, you'll definitely miss the haul. So just have him for the long run. He's essential now. So basically, you have to choose between he and Salah because I don't see how you can fit all 3 of them, Haaland, Salah, Palmer. You possibly can, but the rest of your team will probably be shit. But yeah, I think you can do that. But just play your own game. Don't go chasing points, basically. Yes, so let's talk about my boss team for game week 7. I don't think I'm making any transfers this game week. I'm probably going to roll. Yeah, because the plan is to get Haaland in game week 8, right? Because, the next run of fixtures for Haaland is just insane. He could go on and score. I'm even so scared this game week against Fulham it looks like another hat trick, but yeah, I'm hoping my guys can hold the fort till I'm able to get him in game week 8. Yeah, so I'll just read out my team. Flecken in goal. Yeah, I don't think Chelsea keep a clean sheet against Forest, so I'll probably bench Sanchez. So Flecken in goal. Brentford against Wolves. I like that. Rico Lewis, he played 90 minutes in the Champions League, so I really don't know if he starts this game. Problem is the only option I have on the bench is Robinson, and that's against City. So I don't know. Yeah, I'll just start Rico Lewis. I'm going with Rico Lewis. Gabriel disappointed. I expected another header against Leicester, but Hermansen was on. Yeah, he was on something. So yeah, I expect him to return points against Southampton. Gabriel. Trent against Crystal Palace, who have looked really terrible this season. That should be a good one. I hope they keep a clean sheet. In midfield, I have Rodgers. The less said about United, the better. Yeah, he's definitely a good pick. Mbeumo, yeah, and Salah, Semenyo, and Saka. In attack, I have Watkins and Havertz. And then on my bench, Sanchez, Robinson, Vardy, and Nedeljkovic. I'll talk about captaincy, but currently my captaincy is on Havertz. I've been switching from Salah to Saka to Havertz. I'm still undecided. I have no idea what I'm doing, but yeah, it's definitely one of the three of them. But then again, I watched United against Porto, and I'm like, I feel like there's a Watkins Hall there against United, so I really don't. Captaincy, I'm torn, but yeah, so that's my team, my bus team for Game Week 7. I'm just gonna roll the transfer so I can have uh two transfers to get Haaland in next game week. So let's look at Nkem's team. Why do I feel like he's done a madness here? I feel like this boy is taking another hit. I look just like I discussed. He's gotten Palmer in. Is that if that doesn't scream knee jerk, I don't know what else screams. Yeah. He literally just got Diaz on a wild card. Took a -4 to get Mbuemo. Oh no, took a -4 to get Saka. And now he's taking another hit to get Palmer. Incredible. I'll read out his team for our listeners on the pod. Flecken and goal, same as mine. Trent, Mazraoui, Konsa, and Gabriel in defense. In midfield, he has Eze. I don't know why he still has. That's who we should be taking out. He still has Eze in midfield. Eze, Palmer, Mbuemo, Saka, Rogers. I love the midfield, except Eze. And then in attack, he has just Haaland. On his bench, he has Fabianski, Greaves, João Pedro, who's still injured, and Chiwome. His captaincy is currently on Haaland. Amazing. Yeah, like I said earlier, I mean, I've spoken a lot about Palmer on this board already. I don't think Palmer is the play here. That was so knee-jerk. That was you chasing points. You should you should have just that's I think you've missed it here. Yeah, Palmer isn't the play here, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, captaincy. I feel like this is where the swing will go this game week because it could be any of this four. So we have Haaland against Fulham at home, Salah against Palace, Saka against Southampton, and then Palmer against Forest. Any of the four would do, really. If I had Haaland, I'll probably go Haaland. But then again, we saw City struggle to break down Newcastle, and Haaland was, missing in that game. KDB's out, Rodgers out. Foden is back, but can we say he's back? He was, I don't know. He played in the Champions League, and it seemed like he was back to the Foden we knew of last season. But who knows if he starts against Fulham? Yeah, but then again, Haaland is Haaland. He can just score a hat trick out of nowhere. So, yeah, if I had Haaland, maybe, I'll definitely captain him. Yeah, but now my choice is between Salah and Saka. Salah, I'm very weary of the early kickoff. Liverpool played the early kickoff against Crystal Palace. Salah has a beautiful record against Crystal Palace, but I'm just very weary about that early kickoff. I don't like early kickoff captains. It could just ruin your game week. So I really don't like early kickoff captains. So that's a tough one here. And then Saka. Ideally, should be a no-brainer for Saka because he plays the weakest team in the league, Southampton, right? That should be like easy. But then Saka is just Mr. Consistent and he doesn't do more than 6 points. And who knows, Arteta could take this guy off if they're like leading by 3-0. He could take him off on the 60th minute. And yeah, that won't be nice. So I don't think I can captain Saka. Saka doesn't, his ceiling is so high, but then he just doesn't deliver hauls. He doesn't haul. So I don't think I can go with Saka, honestly. Palmer, I'm definitely not going. Anyways, I don't have him, but definitely not against Forest. Forest are just going to pack the bus, and Chelsea might eventually break them down, but I don't see them scoring as many as they. I mean, I don't know. It's Palmer, but on paper, I don't see Chelsea blowing Forest away. So probably not the best captaincy choice. So if we had a gun to my head, I'll just go with Salah. Yeah. But like my boss team, I could go for a cheeky punt on Watkins or Havertz. Those are looking interesting to me. So depends. I could see myself going with the Watkins or Havertz over any of these four. So let's see how it goes, guys. Yeah, with that, we've come to the end of the pod. Yeah, it was a quick one because Cam is doing great, by the way. He has great news, but yeah, I just had to hold the stead on this one, but he'll be back next week, I'm sure. So please do like, subscribe, give us 5-star comments on 5-star ratings on whatever platform you listen to. Share with your friends as well. Let us have friendly banter. Here's wishing everyone green arrows until we meet again next week. Just have fun, guys. Take care. Bye.